YouTube, it's Drunk Monk 74 here, and I'm just bringing you some footage from Medal of Honor Warfighter. This video is going to be all about the G3 with some hotspot background gameplay. And I just want to start off by saying I am a bit of a donut for having left it this long to start playing around with this weapon, because my god, once you got it right, it's fun. So just here, I'm just going to show you how I've set it up. So optics, iron sights, barrel assembly, and receiver group set for range. All three of those I set them for at that sort of like setup just to help me with recoil. Muzzle, flash hider, 20 round clip. That's the you're about to see the paint job. There you go, and that's how the gun looks. So without further ado, let's get into some gameplay and see how it handles. Okay, so here we go into the game, and before we go any further, let me just apologise that unfortunately it's just going to be my voice you're going to have to put up with. There's no game audio, and that's because I came home really drunk the other night and thought it'd be a great idea to upgrade to Windows 8.1 while I was absolutely hammered. So I went to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning, having done all the upgrading, installed all my software and apps and stuff like that, and I was quite chuffed with myself. Thought I'd done quite a good job, yeah, and then I got round to recording some footage and gameplay, and when I stuck this in, ready to start editing, ready to start commentating, I realised that my settings for DxTory were all messed up, and it was not recording any in-game audio. I fixed that now, but I was a bit gutted. I didn't want to lose this footage. I quite enjoyed the games I played. I had real good fun with this weapon. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have to try and make it as interesting as possible for you. Hopefully you can bear with me, and the lack of in-game audio, isn't too much of a bind on this video. But going forward, that'll all be sorted and it's all set and ready to go. So the G3. What took me so long? I've no idea what took me so long to get around to this weapon. It is a beast. Once you have got to grips with the recoil, once you've got to learn the setup and got it set up how you like, the way you like to play, it is an absolute monster out there. It will do so much damage, it's untrue. And with some controlled fire, it is deadly accurate, even with that recoil. So, one of the reasons I have it set up, as I said at the beginning, with the iron sights, with the barrel, and with the assembly all set up for range. The reason I have those three specifically set like that is because I find it helps me so much with recoil. And it seems to be a feature of Warfighter. If you can set your weapons up like that, it will help you to manage that recoil so much better than just trying to control the fire with your trigger finger. Don't get me wrong. You still, even with that setup, you still need to be able to use controlled burst fire. Going full auto, as with most weapons in Warfighter. And one of the reasons I love the gunplay in Warfighter is that you will get horrendous recoil, but you will also get so much spread, and that's the big thing. That's one thing I think a lot of players, especially new players that come to Warfighter, they really struggle with, because they're all thinking, look at, they may not realise that alongside the recoil there is a huge amount of vertical movement on the weapons, and the spread of your bullets is quite significant compared to other shooters. So learning to control that is such a key factor for you to be successful in this game. And that's one of the things I guess probably has helped me quite a bit, me playing heavy gunner quite a lot in the past. That class, one of the things I really learnt with that class was sprinting around the map is just not good. You won't be successful with that class if you're sprinting around, and it kind of translates well, or not to all classes, but definitely I think for Assault here with this weapon, it definitely seems to translate a little bit, which is why I can set it up like this, because I know there's a lot of players out there who prefer the mobility that you can get if you put on a shorter barrel or a different assembly, and it allows them to move around the map a little bit quicker and stuff like that. But for me, because a lot of the times I'm not sprinting around the map, I won't sprint around a corner. I'm just trying to not. I'll probably just sprint from cover to cover. That's basically where I'll sprint from and to. Rest of the time, I'm trying. If I enter a room or try and go around a corner, I'm trying to take it easy. I'm, sprinting around will just get me killed. That's just me. That's my play style. I do all right playing like this, and I'd recommend it for a lot of players because it does help you a hell of a lot. I mean, there's some absolutely exceptional, phenomenal players out there who can probably sprint around and still do absolutely amazing in this game. I'm not one of those players, so I do have to take it a little bit easier. And with that just basically allows me to set up this weapon so I can control the recoil without too much, worrying about how long I'm holding the trigger down for, or any sort of compensation. You still have to apply a little bit of that, especially if you're going for the longer range engagements. But it's definitely at the short, in the short range or medium range engagements, you don't have to worry about it so much because you've got the gun set up right and set up in a way that just allows you to deal with that. It deals with the recoil for you. Basically, you don't have to worry about it so much yourself. And I guess at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's trying to find the setup for the weapon that suits your play style, and that's what it's all about. And this just happens to suit mine. I just find, as much as I love Heavy Gunner, I do really enjoy still playing that game. Playing that class. I really do still enjoy playing that class, but this weapon has got me playing Assaulter so much more now. Here's another good example. There's a guy who's just peeking around a table. All I can see is his head, and with some controlled fire and with this setup, how it is, it's absolutely lethal. Another big tip I would say with this class is, or this weapon, sorry, is you really want to be aiming as high as possible, and that's purely for the fact this weapon does do a lot of damage. But for various reasons, you want to be aiming high. The first one is the recoil. You want to get before it starts jumping around too much. You want to be getting and landing as many of those shots as you can. And because of the damage this weapon does, if you're aiming high before that recoil or before that spreads kicks in too much, you can probably get that kill and move on to the next one. The next reason is what I'm showing you, what's happening right about now. I'm running into a lot of players, and one of the big problems with this gun, along with the EBR, is its mag count. It's got a low mag count compared to some of the other weapons in the class, and rightly so. It does a lot of damage, and as there you can see, I'm having to switch to my sidearm purely because I'm out of ammo. Random grenade throw, why not? So you never know who you might catch out of bounds. That was me still to this day getting used to PC gaming and hitting the wrong button. Instead of reloading, I've lobbed a grenade, and it happens a lot still. I go for a reload, hit the wrong button, and all of a sudden I'm clutching and cooking a grenade, and I'm like, all right, I just need to get rid of this before I blow myself up. So aim high, get those early kills, and it will help you conserve your ammo. Because it's fair enough. You can get ammo from your fighting buddy or anyone who's a heavy gunner. That's fair enough. But the problem is the low mag count. If you run into a bunch of players, a group of players, due to the low mag count, you could easily get found out if you're not aiming high and you're taking too many rounds to polish off your enemy. That's just going to get you caught, and you don't really want to get caught in those situations. Some hotspot. It's not my favourite game mode. Sector Control, as you all probably know, is my favourite game mode. But it's nice to mix it up sometimes. One of the big things I try and do with it is constantly to flank as well. So and playing a class like this, playing Assaulter, just allows me to be a little bit more mobile. Allows me to get around those flanks a little bit quicker and easier. And I do have so much fun doing it. Well, for now, that's about it. I'm just about done. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you do definitely give this weapon a go, because it's well worth it. In the meantime, that's me. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.